What's up, wild people? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Alexandria Denise, and I am back on it again. Not quite hunting. That is next month. Opening day here in Georgia here is the 11th of September. So, yeah. Oh, 9/11. Wow. But yeah, not on it quite yet. I'm actually doing a little bit of scouting. Now I know scouting should have been done like way early in the season, but you know what? I hunt these WMAs all the time every year. So I pretty much know every area. I'm just out here to see what's new in the area just to make sure, I don't have to make any type of changes, like be like, oh, well, they didn't cut down a heck of a lot of trees or something, so now I got to find another location. But for the most part, a lot of things look pretty untouched, and I'm pleased. I'm at one of my favorite WMAs that is just crawling with deer. I'm not going to disclose where it is, so my little secret, but this is this is the area I harvested my first doe. Actually, my first deer. Yeah, because that same year that buck came after. Yeah, that was kind of late during the winter. So yeah, my very first deer was right here. And I hunt this area almost all the time. Right out of that pine tree right there. I know you're like, which one? They're all like, but trust me, it's over there. And they come out in this little cove area. It's a nice little deer trail that run up and through here. So this is more like a afternoon or evening spot. I've seen them come. Still pretty hot out, so they're probably all up in the trees, bedding down, whatever else. But they come here to feed. A lot of nice browse here. But I harvested my first doe, actually not from that tree. I hunt out of that tree usually, but I harvested her right here on the ground. I was bare. Not naked, but I was bare on the ground. I didn't have a blind. I didn't have anything but a seat to sit on. And I actually had to make a blind out of the material that was around me. And she comes stepping out. Actually, it was two does and one fawn. So, personally, I mean, I feel bad because the very first deer that I harvested, it turns out she was the mother of that fawn. And yeah, it was a moment of desperation when you're in the heat of that moment. But it's like once it sets in, you're like, oh my God, So I vowed never to really, even if I see two does with one fawn or whatever else, more than likely one of them could be the mother of it. It was a yearling fawn. So how that works is like, um, they're at the point where they're weaned off their mom. They can really just, eat, browse, whatever else, but at the same time, still rely on them. All right. So I made a guess. I picked the doe, but it turns out it was the fawn's mom, and felt pretty bad about that. So yeah, I mean, there is no rules or regulations on which one you can catch, but it's just more of a personal ethical thing. So when it comes to seeing any of them with little ones, I'm just gonna back off. So, but hey, whatever, you know, learned my lesson. I was a young hunter, desperate, but whatever. But yeah, this area is actually looking pretty good. So I'm actually eager to go to another area that we scouted last year, but never got a chance to hunt. It was crawling with mosquitoes, kind of in a swampy area. So it's not that great. And they've been making a lot of changes, but still it's great to have a lot of options rather than just limiting it. This location over here, I'd label it more of an afternoon or evening spot, but hopefully the next spot I'm about to go and check out is going to be a morning spot. So let's go. I'm not even a good few minutes in, and already she heard the gate opening over there. The game wardens just drove by. Yeah. This is going to be a good location to hunt. I'm standing right out here in the open road. Looks like it's two of them. standing right out here in the open road, wearing blue. So, and there they go, running. Yep, it was 2 of them. So not even 3 minutes in, I'm already seeing deer. I told you this place is like crawling with them. Actually, the game warden just drove past me. They were lugging a lot of equipment. I guess they're trying to get this place ready for opening day. But yeah, I had to park my car outside the gate because they still have the gate and everything locked, just so it's not a lot of traffic going on and spooking the deer and too many people early on in the habitat. But they saw me, they just waved, they said, okay, bye. And I'm like, okay. But I got a good little hike to go till I get to the location that we saw, or we found last year, to see what's been going on with the place. Now, this is really cool. This place is so creepy when you drive past it at night. Oh my gosh, I've driven past this so many times, but it's an old cabin. And this hunting ground right here is just dotted with old farmland, as with a lot of Georgia. So I've come across 19th century graves and this and a whole lot of other things that's now this WMA has claimed. So maybe I should go over to that spot because I did have some luck seeing deer, but I don't want to be followed home by a ghost. So I'll just not hunt the graveyard, you know. But that's one thing I wanted to do a video on as well. Some of the hidden dangers that are around in the woods that you may not know about. Now, Georgia itself used to be dotted with farmlands, and a lot of those farms had wells. Well, this happened with us in a hunt in Alabama, where one of the hunting dogs actually fell in a well that neither landowner knew was there. So it just had a board or something over it. It was forgotten. So that's something that you also have to be aware of. Falling trees and barbed wire fences that I've come across here. They can be hidden dangers of the woods too. But maybe that'll be something I do a segment on a little later. But first, look at this. Now, this used to be, this is still a field, so they still cleared out a lot of trees. That always have been a field, but they cleared out a lot of stuff over here. I'm amazed. I hardly recognize this place. Of course, one of my first hunts was back over here. I don't think this is the main field yet, but I know I used to park right there by that tree all the time. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's over here on the other side that I actually had my very first hunt with a recurve, and I was off the ground. It was like deer galore just all around me. And I was hunting from the ground, and these 2 fawns walked past me. They didn't see me. Then the mom got all weary. Then other deer started coming over. I tried to take a shot at one of the deer, but every time I raise my bow, they'll run, they'll stop, and they'll look, and they'll come back. Like, what's that? So it was a pretty cool experience for my first time hunting. Now, when I'm out here, I'm not just looking for deer themselves. That's a great tall tale sign that they are here, but that's not all. I'm looking for some of the areas they like to hang out best. So anywhere that I see that has a lot of hoof prints, scat marks, scrape marks, I'm looking for licking branches, funnels, as well as a lot of their natural food sources, which is pretty much a good variety of things. But some of their favorites around this time, like muscadine and persimmons. I'm looking for white oak acorn trees, though they haven't yet blossomed, but during the fall, that would be jackpot to hunt. Now, for those that don't know about white oak acorn trees, there are many types of acorn trees. You got the red oak and you got the white oak, but the white oak has less tannins in it, which is what the deer prefer. It's a little less acidic, and therefore it tastes better. So I know where some grow on another property, but as far as this one, I have yet to find it. But if I find it, definitely I'm gonna hunt it. Okay, so reached the river, obviously. Yeah. This is actually where he was gonna bring the boat. to set up along shore here. We're gonna then take the trail up to our hunting spot. Last year, that was the plan. You might want to be aware of those rapids there. Looks pretty shallow. I'll let him figure that out. Okay, so I tried to be sure before I just got all excited about something, but I can definitely confirm my excitement. So you see all of these raccoon spots and tracks, and of course you see deer right here, but turkey. I have not seen a turkey track in forever. Like, a lot of people say that they have good turkey around here, but I have yet to see a turkey at this WMA. But this track here confirms it, along with, I mean, it's kind of faint. Where did I see it? Where did I see it? I think it was somewhere around here. But it was another track. But now that I look over here, I can definitely say that's turkey. See, you have the right in the middle here, and it's pretty fresh. This is at the riverbank. It's pretty fresh. And you have the outward toes, and you can still see the inner grooves, much like the fingerprints of your finger right here. That excites me. That excites me a lot. So this bank right here, it looks like it's a good hot spot for a lot of game to come down here and drink. Okay, so I think I found my tree. I like this location because my back will be right to the river, so I'm not expecting anything to come from the river. And there are a lot of game trails that funnel up into where I saw all of those tracks that tell me that that is a sign a lot of animals come down there to drink. So 9 times out of 10, you know, the deer, whatever time of the evening or maybe even morning, it's just a matter of finding when they come. They come funneling down here to this location. So that's actually perfect if I get here in this tree. I don't have to do a whole lot with my climber, and the base is pretty much good enough to set around without hassle. I was going to get the one right here, but it's too big at the base, and on top of that, it's a little too exposed to for my liking. But this one right here, you got some cover up this way. I can see the river. The river is over here to my back, and I can see whatever is coming out to this location from either direction. So I think that that will be pretty much good. Also, I'm seeing a lot of these little red fruit around. I'm not sure exactly what they are. It's a little too red and green to be persimmons. So I'm trying to figure out the trees that they're falling from, but I'm noticing a lot of the ants are eating it. So this could be a good food source area for them too. Probably a summertime delicacy that they like to eat. But I'm taking some samples right now because I don't get signal out here, so there's no way I can use something like Google Lens to identify it. But definitely I'm just going to get a sample of each leaf and the fruit to use in Google Lens later to identify the tree and see what else could possibly be around that they're eating on. So I'm excited. I'm going to mark this tree and I'm going to keep going. This little spot right here was potentially a old licking branch. And what a licking branch is a low hanging branch. It's kind of like the Facebook for deer, where deer rub all over it. Deer have glands all over their body from their hooves to on their face, and they'll rub their scent on a branch or a low hanging tree to signal other deer that they've been in the area. And each deer has a unique scent, much like a human fingerprint. Each deer can identify each other by that scent. But it doesn't look like this has been active for a while. And how I know, look at all the other leaves that are around this area here. Now it looks like at some point this has been scratched up, but over time it just kind of all layered around it. But you can still see the old bareness of where they've been scratching right here. So, and it's right above this little branch right here. Probably shouldn't have touched it. But if that be the case, it's a possible chance that I can revive this for this coming season. If this was indeed a old licking branch. I mean, I see some good areas. I can set up shop, you know. But I just checked that area over there. Doesn't look like anything too special going on with it. I didn't see any signs of deer like scrapes, or you won't see rubs right now. The bucks are still kind of in velvet, but I didn't see any droppings or any type of potential food source either. So if anything, they'll use that area as a bedding area, but I didn't even see anything much like leaves kicked up or whatever else. So if anything, it's probably just a pass through. But it's a nice area, kind of clear. You know, you can see through it. Just kind of what they prefer. Deer are like us. When they walk through the woods, they don't like to be walking all through that tangleness. You know, they want a clear little path too, but I didn't even see too much as a game trail, so I'm going to keep it moving. It's about 5 o'clock. This is the 4th time I've seen deer today. Open season is going to be a bang over here. Oh yeah. A definite bang. I am standing probably a good 40, 50 yards away. As I said before back there, this area soaks up a lot of water. Similar to the river back there, you start seeing all these ferns and everything grow. It holds a lot of moisture, a lot of good vegetation for them to come out here and feed. And these are doe. Bucks would have been in velvet right about now. This place is crawling with doe. To be honest, I want to let them just eat in peace. I really don't even want to continue this way, because this might be a potential area. As I already said, it doesn't take much to find deer. They like to travel along the roads and stuff like we do. They don't want to go through all this crazy vegetation and everything, so okay, so I just decided to just walk back the way that I came, because I saw those two nice sized doe right there, and I pretty much already done walked over in that area to see. I just wanted to be nosy again, but it's great to see them out this time of day with hunting season right around the corner in the next 3 weeks. That really just confirms that, you know, they're still in this area. There's a lot of food around, and like I said, like these ferns and stuff where it's growing, the area holds a lot of water, which is great for vegetation to grow, and they can continue to get that summer nutrition. I've already jumped one deer who was bedded down right around this corner right here in the field, so I spooked her off, but I kind of slowed up because I felt like something was there, and I looked around the corner before looking to my left, and there she was. She just darted up off the ground and back into the woods. So it's always pretty good. Listen to your instincts out here. But so I told you, this place is crawling with them. So there's no doubt in my mind that I'll have some type of success come opening season or some point in this area during hunting season. But at this point, it's 5 o'clock on the dot in the evening, and this is around the time that a lot of them become active. So you really don't want to start putting too much pressure on the land, which is why they close up a lot of gates, because they don't want people too much in here, you know, trotting around and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, like I say, I kind of know this WMA, which stands for Wildlife Management Area. Kind of know it like the back of my hand in a sense. So I know some hot areas. I know some is not. It's just a matter of finding a good place to set up, like a tree. So I think I found that. I'm happy with the funnel that I found down towards the river. Looks like I get all types of activity of wildlife there. But as far as like deer go, no doubt in my mind. Now I might have some picky choices when it comes to taking whatever I want. But other than that, it's not going to be a problem. But I think I'm going to end it here and head back. But if you like the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment for your plans and tips and tricks and hopes for this coming 21-22 deer season. And yeah, let's make something happen. It might sound like it's a boring video just out here like, oh, she's doing nothing but scouting. But if you're a hunter, this is a big part of hunting, and it's a big part of why I failed last year, because I didn't get out there and put in the groundwork. I didn't scout. So I pretty much had other hunters tossing me a bone, which is fine. I don't mind the help, but it's just something more rewarding about doing your due diligence and getting out there on foot. And then once you bag that deer, you bring home the meat. It's like, wow, I did that, So I want to have that sense of fulfillment this year, which is why I'm out here putting in some of the groundwork. Even if I know this WMA, it's always good to come out here and see what kind of changes have been made, what's new in the area. Like I discovered the turkey track. That was amazing because I have yet to see one over here for the 3 years I've been. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, stay wild. Hello? Anybody home? It's a very old cabin. I wouldn't even be surprised if it dates back to the 1800s. You see where they had their fireplace right there. Some type of chimney, probably on the other side over there.